Welcome to Japa Circle, and if you wouldn't mind, I'll start with a few thoughts I've extracted. Teachings on japa, as well as some extrapolations from that can be helpful in being more aware when chanting. I'll start with Prabhupada's instruction that he gave in a letter in 1970. That's February 27th. And in it, he gave this instruction about chanting japa. He said, when we chant, we must concentrate our mind on the sound vibration. And in that way, everything will be revealed. And this is the way of cultivating spiritual realization. And regarding the word concentrate, as Prabhupada has, and also in the third canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, in Kapila Dev's teachings, quoted Patanjali Muni, who analyzed the mind and its various levels of concentration, had given these 5 different states of the mind. And 3 of them are non-productive, he says. And then 2 of them are productive. The lowest he calls, or at least it's translated into English as restless. Next is dull. And the next is distracted, which he describes as partially focused. Think about that. A little bit focused, but then keeps going out. And I always find it helpful to remember that Krishna means the attractor. So if our mind's fixed on Krishna, we're attracted. If it's not, we're distracted. It's gone away from Krishna. Then come the 2 productive stages of the mind, according to Patanjali Muni. The next is called focused, or ekagrata, which means one-pointed. And then finally, he describes the ultimate stage of the mind, which is samadhi, or completely controlled by meditating on the object of one's meditation. In this, our case, it's Krishna in the holy name. And this is translated in English as deep meditation. Dhi means be conscious, aware of something, and sama means complete absorption in it. So I find it helpful to be aware of the fact that the mind can be in different states. And to that degree, and Prabhupada said in the section I just read from his letter, that one should concentrate the mind, and that means we have to give attention. That has the word ten, Latin word, which means to stretch towards something. Like tendon. A tendon is holds together the muscle and the bone. And attention also means, according to the etymology, special care. To give attention means to be a special care. And to give special care to our japa means to be aware that you're chanting. That's a simple level. We can tell whether the mind is distracted, because if I'm not aware I'm chanting, which is altogether possible, because just as if you're talking, somebody's talking to you, and then they say, did you get it? And you go, no, I didn't get it, because I wasn't listening. I heard the sound, and I was standing there, but I didn't hear what they were saying. They said, we're going to leave at 8 o'clock. And then they said, do you know what time we're leaving? I said, I don't know what time we're leaving, because although the sound hit me, I didn't hear it. So it's possible to chant and not be aware that you're chanting. Hare Kṛṣṇa. When did you come in? Welcome. Great to see you. I heard you got delayed. Lord Jagannath's mercy. So being attentive you can practice being aware that you're chanting. It's a simple exercise, but keep asking yourself, who's aware? I'm aware, and what am I now aware of? Am I aware that I'm chanting? And Prabhupada, just to revisit, and for the last point, Prabhupada said, when we chant, we must concentrate our mind on the sound vibration. And in that way, everything will be revealed one after another. The form, the qualities, pastimes, etc. of the Lord. And this is the way of cultivating spiritual realization. Here's finally some praman from the Bhagavatam, the first canto, 5th chapter. Third verse from the end of that chapter, Narada Muni says, Iti murtyabhidhanena mantra murtim amurtikam yajate yagya purusham sasam yagdarshana puman. He assures us that by chanting the name, we're availing ourselves to the full darshan of Krishna. Puman, it's complete. It's not that it represents something else. He says the murti, or the form of the Lord, is amurtikam. It's easily achieved by hearing the sound. So it's in our best interest to concentrate our minds on the sound of the mantra. Any reaction to any of what I just said? I won't take long, but yes? Hare Kṛṣṇa. Go ahead and I'll repeat until you get your mic. When I said when we listen to the sound vibration, but it doesn't hit us. Or it hits us but doesn't register. No absorption.
Because whatever we are thinking, it acts like a screen.
Yeah, whatever we're thinking, it acts like a screen.
It just reflects back. It just
reflects everything back.
So we have to be aware of that screen not being there.
So we have to be aware that the screen is not there, or be attentive that it's not there. Yeah, and that's the heavy lifting of chanting. Anyone can move their lips and move their fingers and then notice that I moved 16 beads down. But the concentration that Prabhupada's talking about is to work at being aware that the sound, that I'm listening to the sound, and I'm consciously aware that I'm listening. And I can do that by asking myself, am I aware that I'm chanting right now? Am I chanting? Yes, I'm chanting. Am I hearing the sound? Yes, I'm hearing the sound. And if we try that, then that's all we have to do, be aware of the sound vibration. So on that note, having a slight preamble, let's try the heavy lifting of chanting by being concentrated on the sound vibration. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Kṛṣṇa. Hare Kṛṣṇa. Just a very brief interjection with a tip that Krishna gives himself in the Bhagavad Gita when he's talking in the 8th chapter about the importance of remembering him. He says, Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena, that you should practice this. And then in the next verse, he talks about ways to practice remembering him. And the verse that comes next starts with the word kavim. Kavim Purana Manushashitaram. And Prabhupada translates the word kavim, which means the one who knows everything. And so Krishna says, you can meditate upon me as the one who knows everything. So there's a way that when you're chanting, if you take Krishna's advice and think of him as the one who knows everything, it can avoid the kind of distraction the mind has when it's constantly trying to fix everything. Is one of the ways I notice I get distracted is my mind's thinking, yes, but I got to fix this. Yes, but I got to fix that. But if you know that Krishna already knows everything, besides he knows how to fix everything, and you just leave it to him, say, okay, Krishna, you already know all these problems, and you know all these various troubles that I'm going through, so I'll just leave it to you. You know everything. And knowing that he has a special interest in us, he knows everything, he knows how to fix it, it gives this period of time where we could just fully invest our mind in this meditation. Krishna knows everything. It's Krishna's idea. I'm just mentioning it. Hare Kṛṣṇa. That brings us very near the end of our japa circle and session. We have 2 minutes. Does anybody have a reflection he or she would like to share? Yes.
Hare Kṛṣṇa, Guru Maharaj. I was really appreciating how you reminded us that it's about the sound and also that Krishna knows everything. And I know you've taught that to us before, but sometimes over time you forget. I forget. And so reminding us, just concentrate on the sound and let Krishna work out everything else. Thank you.
Thank you. And just something we learned from Shruti Kirti while we were in the GEV a few weeks ago. Prabhupada said, forget the mind. He said, just from the tongue to the ear. Cancel the mind. There was one more, yes. Two more. But, yeah, 2 minutes.
Hare Krishna. I was appreciating when you were talking about needing to fix things in your mind. My mind is very active all the time. And even when we were, I was thinking about what you said about not needing to fix things, and I started trying to fix that as I was chanting. And I realized that instead of trying to force my mind to stop, I probably should learn to cultivate a little bit more gentleness with the mind and allow it to stop instead of trying to force it to stop. And so thank you for that.
Whatever you resist persists. Thank you. Last one.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. You said the point that Krishna is attractive and the mind can get distracted away from Krishna. So to make the mind get attracted back to Krishna, I thought to take the help of my senses, ears and eyes. Ears by hearing to Prabhupada japa, so that mind can focus back to Krishna. And eyes, if at all I open my eyes, I can see the pictures like that, Pratap Rudra Maharaj cleaning in front of Jagannath. So help the mind, Cheto Darpanam, to clean my heart so that I can attract Krishna back into my heart.
Well, thank you. It's quite natural. Actually, if you think of the word charisma, say charisma. And say charisma 3 times. Charisma is something that we're naturally attuned to when somebody who has special qualities walks in the room, like Mahendra. We just naturally look and feel satisfied. And so it's not a artificial imposition to become attracted to Krishna. We're naturally attracted. Welcome, Mahendra Prabhu and other Bulgarians. We'd like to welcome the Bulgarian contingency to the Hare Kṛṣṇa. And thank you everyone for participating in the Japa Circle this morning. We're now going to have Sri Guru Puja. Vanjakoptarishya kripa sindhave patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha ananta koti vaishnaviki jai.